So those who have come late, they can write their attendance in the chat box. I'll share the screen. So this chapter is important from examination point of view. That is industrial legislation. So this consists of various acts, Labour's Acts, Factories Act, Workmen's Compensation Acts. So this is useful for you also, whether you join any organization or don't join, but you must know what are the acts. Of course, there are updates which you can always get from the site. So, what is the importance and necessity of labor legislation? So, if anything is written or documented properly, then it gives a fair idea that whenever you are claiming something, you have some base or you have some background. Without base, you are not claiming anything. Like, suppose if you are giving or issuing a summons, then you can say that you are issuing a summons against so and so act, which is mentioned in section part so and so. So always written document is important. So that acts as a proof also. So in order to improve the industrial relations, to have a fair wage policy, to minimize the unrest among the workers, this is very much essential. So this also gives compensation to the workers. What is the minimum compensation as per the act, and which helps in reducing the conflicts, strikes, and thereby it helps to increase the profit also. There are some laws for the hours of work, then the working environment, environmental conditions. So everything has been defined properly. So what are the principles of labor legislation? So it is based on the following principle. One, that is social justice. So social justice, it employs a proper distribution of business profits and benefits between employer and employees. That is, whatever profits are that has to be shared. Not only the employer will eat away everything. It has to be shared properly. Of course, the stakeholders will get proportionately. Like, suppose if the profit is say X amount, then some amount, some percentage has to be distributed to the stakeholders. It may be 10%, 20%, need not be 50-50. It depends upon the what is the contribution of the stakeholders. Contribution in terms of their knowledge, sharing of the knowledge, in terms of their work, in terms of their investment, in terms of their shares. So labor acts which base themselves on social justice. That is, what are the labor acts? That it consists of Factories Act, Minimum Wage Act, Workmen's Compensation Act. What is the another principle? Another principle is social equality. That is, everybody should work in harmony. There is no rich and poor. Then third is national economy. So national economy has to be considered. National economy has to be boosted. The GDP has to be improved or increased. So that is the principle which has been considered for labor legislation. Then international uniformity and solidarity, international uniformity in all labor matters. And that's why the ILO, that is International Labor Organization, has been formed, uh, so that at international level there are fair and uniform policies towards the labor. It's not that in India it's 8, in USA it is 8 hours, and in India it is 12 hours. At internationally it has to be 8 hours a day and 40 hours a week. There will be some changes depending upon the type of environment or the type of the work. So what are the type of the labor laws? So first thing is how it is divided or how it is classified. The laws connected with working conditions in the factories. So what are the laws which are connected with working conditions in factories? Those are Factories Act. Factories Act, that is, of course there are amendments. Factories Act 1948, then 1971, then 1993. Then Industrial Employment Act, that is 1946. Then the Mines Act, Indian Merchant Shipping Act, that is 1923. So these are all related to labor laws. These are all labor connected to working conditions in the factories. Then second is laws related to the specific matters, that is related to the wages, related to the welfare, wages and welfare. So here again there are different laws like the Payment of Wages Act 1936, the Minimum Wages Act 1948. Of course there are amendments in every act. Then Workmen Compensation Act 1923, the Employee State Insurance Act, that is ESIC, Employee Provident Fund Act, that is 1952. Again, everywhere there is a amendment. Now, if you talk about Employee Provident Fund, then the latest one is 1991, that is Pension Act and Provident Fund Act. That is 1952 के बाद 1973 was introduced, and then followed by 1991. The less the amendment, the more is the powerful. The less the amendment, the less the changes. It indicate the robustness of the acts. Means how powerful or how well the acts were defined. S- The acts are defined or the laws are defined in such a way that there are hardly any changes or amendments over a period of number of years, or a period of say 50 years or whatever it is. So less the changes, less the amendments, it indicates the robustness of the law or robustness of the act. Then what are the laws related to workers associations? So unions also, Trade Union Act 1926 and Industrial Disputes Act. So union also has to be registered. The union has to be registered. They have to have approval. If the unions are registered, then they cannot be recognized. Management has rights to deny or whatever proposals or whatever claims uh, they are asking for. If the unions are not registered, if they are unregistered, then laws related to social insurance. Again, it consists of the Maternity Benefit Act, the Workmen Compensation Act, and Employee State Insurance. Like maternity, maternity that is now Paternity Act is also available. Maternity, as per maternity, the mothers, or the pregnant mothers, they can avail of paid leaves if they are working anywhere 3 months before the delivery and 6 months post delivery. So that's an act that is not without pay, that is with pay. Any employer, whether it's a small scale, medium scale, or big scale, they have to abide by these rules. So the important acts will be discussed here, like Factories Act 1948. So This, what is the scope of this? That this act regulate the conditions of the work, that is health, safety in factories, and it safeguards the interest of workers, and it is for the welfare of the factory workers. It is for the welfare of the factory workers. So it has a provision. So what it covers? It covers the employee health and safety. That is, environment should be safe, should not be hazardous. Then it is concerned about the hours of work, sanitary conditions, that is washroom, etc. Then work environments, then employee welfare, and leave with wages. Leave with wages. That is called as the paid leaves. Paid leaves. That is sick leave below, casual leave below, emergency leaves below, privilege leave, all those leaves. Now there are some definitions, technical definitions. That is, what is a factory? Hmm. So factory is nothing but a place wherein 10 or more persons they are working. See, there are 10 or more persons they are working. So if there are two persons working, then that cannot be called as a factory. So a place where 10 or more persons are working, and which and in which a manufacturing process is going on. Some process, there are some inputs and there are some outputs, and this manufacturing process should use some kind of electricity, steam, oil, etc., etc. So that is termed as a factory. So see, our constitutions, is very beautifully defined. So everything has been properly defined, everything in its place. So manufacturing process, it is a process, for making, altering, repairing, finishing, packing, washing, cleaning, or otherwise treating a substance for its use, sale, transport, disposal. So this is what is called as the process, manufacturing process. So it can be a process for pumping the oil, or water or sewage. It can be a process for generating, transforming, or transmitting the power. So, like your Reliance Bloom, or Tata Power thermal power station. So these are manufacturing process. Then your printing press, offset print, manual print, two color, lithography. All these are manufacturing process. Book binding is a manufacturing process. Then civil work like constructions, reconstructions, repairing, that's again a manufacturing process. There are some inputs and you are getting output. That is what is manufacturing process, but should have minimum of 10 or more peoples. Then only it can be called as a factory. So even a panwala cannot be called as a factory because here he is only one or two. There is some process because he has some input. Okay, he's taking some inputs like tobacco, pan, and all other ingredients, and he gives some, he delivers some output. So it's a manufacturing process, but it's not a factory because there are one or two or three peoples. Worker, see how the worker is defined. Worker means a person employed directly or through any agencies like third party. Nowadays there are lot of third party agencies. Why? Because bigger companies, they gives the contract or they hire this third party because they want to reduce the liability, because they don't want to increase their staff. Because if they are recruiting the staff, they are recruiting the workers, then they have to you know pay all the benefits, insurance bolo, provident fund bolo, then mediclaim benefits, all these benefits. Whereas if they just tell some, if they hire agencies, so then it's their lookout, the company is not bothered. So tremendous lot of amount of work is saved if they are hiring third party. So the worker can be employed directly by a company or through any agency, whether for wages or not, in any manufacturing process or in cleaning any part of the machineries. Not necessarily that it should be manufacturing process. It can be for cleaning any part of the machinery or premises, like in institutions, classes. In classes there are no machineries, but there is a cleaning operation of the premises used for a manufacturing process or in any kind of work which is incidental or connected with the manufacturing process or the subject of manufacturing process, then only he can be called as a worker. That is, it should be linked to a manufacturing process. It should be linked. So as per the Factories Act, the peoples who are working in a class, who are cleaning it, they cannot be called as a worker. Adult adult in as per everywhere, internationally, it is those who have complete 18 years of age, completed, not running age. A person who has completed his 18th year of age and whose running age is 19. Hmm? Not that running age is 18, he is not an adult. Child who has not completed his 15th years of age. Uh, Then between 15th and 18th, that's a period of puberty. Power, electrical energy, or any other form of energy which is mechanically transmitted and it is not generated by human or animal agencies. Machinery. So machinery, it includes prime movers. Prime movers matlab kya? Who generates on their own energy which they generates on their own. So engine, petrol engine, diesel engine, they are called as the prime mover. Prime mover. Okay. Then transmission machinery like shaft, wheel, belts, pulleys, gears, all these are transmission machineries. Any and all other appliances whereby the power is generated, transformed, or transmitted. Okay. Then occupier of the factory, a person who has ultimate control over the affairs of the factory and where the said affairs are entrusted to a managing agent. So they are the occupiers of the factory. Then if you want to start a factory tomorrow, then there has to be some documental work, that documentation you have to complete. So that includes your approval, applying, then licensing, registrations, etc., etc. Registration of the factory. So you have to take, you have to uh, run here and there, but nowadays it is all online, so it's not like earlier. So you have to take permission of the state government, chief inspector, depends upon what kind of business you are doing. Get the factory plan specifications approved. Then you have to satisfy the different norms, like if there is a smoke or if there is wastewater, or waste chemicals, then you have to satisfy the norms. That is, the smoke which is being generated has to be laid above certain height. So you should have a chimney. Then if there is waste chemical, wastewater, then you should have a effluent treatment plant, ETP, in your factory. And then has to be treated, that waste has to be treated, and then only it can be laid in the sea, or it can be recirculated in your factory itself. Then there are some fees for the registrations, for the licensing which you have to pay. Then inspector. So the state government appoints chief inspector and other inspectors. So they can, factory inspector. It's very, uh, I mean, respectable position. Respectable position. Of course, the peoples, they misuse the position. I need not tell you openly, but then that's a fact. Okay, that's a fact. So they have rights to enter any factory without any permissions, inspectors. Whether factory inspector bolo, excise inspector bolo, sales inspector bolo, they can enter any factory anytime. Uh, then they are authorized to do the examination of the premises, plants, uh, machineries without anybody's permissions. So even the government can appoint medical practitioners, that is doctor, who can come and who can certify for examination and certification of the young workers or the workers who are engaged in the dangerous occupation or the processes. And it need not be a planned visit, it can be always a surprise visit as well. So what are the main provisions of this acts? Cleanliness, that is removal and disposal of the dirt, re- washing of the floors, all inside walls and partitions. See, it is beautifully, acts has been defined and written. Properly they are written. Then it is necessary that you have to repaint once in a 5 years, once in a 5 year. Then not only this, then it has to be whitewashed, then not only this, you have to also conduct the audits, that is structural audit, every 5 years or every 3 years. If it exceeds, if it is more than say 20 years, then it has to be every 3 years you have to conduct, you have to appoint third party to conduct the structural audit in order to understand, in order to know the condition of the buildings or the premises, whether it is risky or any damages, whether it is going to fall down, etc., etc. Then disposal of waste and effluent. So now so it is compulsory to have a ATP plan, that is effluent treatment plan, in every factories. Every factories means factories which are generating the waste chemicals, waste water. Ventilation and temperature, dust and fumes. There has to be a proper provision so that the dust uh, or the smoke or the fumes can be laid quite above. There's some height, chimney height has been specified. Artificial humidification, that is in textile industries, like some particular departments like weaving department. So in weaving department, a particular humidity is maintained. So that again, that humidity should be in accordance or as per the norms, as per the act. You cannot have less, or you cannot have more humid. The requirement actually should not be humid, but the requirement of the weaving department that it should be humidified. But then how much is the humidity to be maintained, that again has to be a trade off. There has to be a trade off between the health of the workers as well as the quality of the cloth. So you need to specify, prescribe the standards of the humidifications. Overcrowding, no workroom should be overcrowded. हाँ, हम लोग सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बोलते हैं, सी minimum space provided for a worker should be 4.2 meter cube for one person. 4.2. There, and it has been specified that there has to be at least, not now, now we are consider लॉकडाउन में लास्ट 1.5 साल से हम लोग सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग वगैरह बोलते हैं, बट प्रीवियसली ऑल्सो if you look, there has to be a distance of at least 3 feet between two peoples, minimum 3 feet. There has in that is surrounding the worker, there should not be anything that is in a circle of 3 feet, so the worker can work comfortably, he can move comfortably, ऐसे. So 3 feet, 3 feet or 6 feet हो जाता है. Then lighting, adequate lighting. Then drinking water. Of course, unfortunately, in small industries, small scale industries, all these facilities are not observed judiciously. The laws are there, peoples are there, the inspectors they do visit, they do conduct, but everything is, I need not say anything openly. Latrines, urinals, Then safety, that is safety is the most important. That is encasing and fencing of the machinery. Even suppose many times this is not obeyed religiously. Like suppose if you have kept a lathe machine, then lathe machine के बाजू में पीछे में हाँ साइड में there has to be space of 3 feet, space of 3 feet surrounding the lathe machine, so that worker can, suppose if you want to move around lathe machine, if you want to change the gears or start, or if you want to change the belt, or if he wants to carry out the you know maintenance work, repair activities, oiling, preventive maintenance. So for that purpose, a space of 3 feet surrounding the machinery is a must. Is a must. But if you are, is yes, in big companies these rules are followed, but in small companies machines तो इतना चिपका के रखते हैं, there is hardly distance of 1 feet. Hardly a person can go, can enter. There is no space at all. Distance of 1 feet between the two machineries. Oh, 1 feet means the worker is standing and they're carrying out their work. Hmm, I say. So fencing the machinery for the fencing, then uh, providing the doors, uh, interlocks. These are all important because if the parts are running and if it flies off, then that may create the accidents. So even some parts which are rotating parts like motor and say pump, motor is connected to the pump and there is a coupling, so there has to be a proper guard, patrika guard provided on the coupling, so that if any accident takes place, then guard will be able to protect it. Guard will be able to protect it. Hmm. Then again, the parts, the floorings should be dry, they should be clean, there should not be any liquid, there should not be any lubricant on all the oil, so that it becomes slippery and the workers may slip and that may cause an accident. Employment of young persons. Young persons means not below 18. I am talking about above 18 only. So it is seen that he is trained before he is given the task. So he is under initially in the supervision of adults, experienced worker, and then only the independent charge is given. Then hoist and lift. Every hoist and lift has to be same thing for the fire extinguisher. All the equipments, hydrants below, compressor, pumps, then pipes, hoses, hoist, lifts, EOT cranes. They has to be tested by third party every year because these are all risky. Hoist, lift, they are risky. If the ropes or the chains or the hooks, if they are not tested, if they are not checked for their conditions, proper condition, ropes, chains ka, what is their life, what is after how many years they have to be changed. If they are not checked properly, then that may prove very fatal. Even in I have experienced this. I had a friend, we both passed out and he joined industry. I had a talk today. Uh, I talked with him, and he was nice, वगैरह. And next day, that is tomorrow, again I had a work with him, and I called him, tried to call him, but he was not picking up the call. Then I called at his family, and I was shocked to hear that they said that "Hmm, Rajesh is no more." I was shocked. Q, he just went up on the EOT crane, okay, and something was wrong with there, okay, chains and this thing, and he fell down from that, and on the spot, he was no more. So like this, what I mean to say that this is what you safety, and हम लोग रहते हैं अरे कुछ नहीं होगा कुछ नहीं होगा. See, remember, accident happens once only, but it doesn't give chance. So you cannot take it lightly. It will happen once, but it doesn't give chance. So all liftings, hooks, ropes, chains, lifting machines, lifting tackles has to be tested. Pressure vessels has to be tested, has to be certified religiously, properly. No ऐसा हाँ, चलो आ जाओ चेक करो and give the certificate like that only. No. हाँ, see where fortunately we do follow these norms. Okay, उसमें हम लोग कुछ manipulate नहीं करते because it is risky. बिकॉज यू आर प्लेइंग विद समबडीज लाइफ. यस, अभी इसमें तो मैनिपुलेशन चलता है. लाइक सपोज कैलिब्रेशन ऑफ द वर्नियर और माइक्रोमीटर. यू नो कैलिब्रेशन मीन्स एवरी ईयर micrometers and calibration, verniers and other measuring equipment, they has to be checked and calibrated. So there people's manipulate, just for saving the money and for saving the time, they will issue the certificates, but that is okay. That is not, as long as it is there is no danger to the life, that is fine. huh? Pressure vessels, very very risky working pressure. That welds, radiographic test, pressure test has to be carried out religiously. Floorings, staircases, steps, all has to be checked properly. Then like weights, carrying of the weights, that no, in the not only by the people but also by the lifts, by the goods lifts, how much lift has to be carried out. Most important is protection of the eyes. Then protection of the, for the protection of the eyes you have to have proper safety goggles, or glasses. Then not only that, but protection of the head, you have headgear, then hands, then your feet, legs, feet. So you need to have a safety shoes, you need to have gloves, you need to have a helmet. Uh, so for all this, everything this act specifies. Then explosive or inflammable dust, inflammable dust, wherever explosives are, wherever there is a gas stored, so additional precautions are taken. Then there has to be facilities for washing your hands, facilities for sitting, restrooms, then first aid facilities for every 150 workers. Minimum one fully equipped first aid box has to be kept. And that first aid box, you have to see that the tablets or the medicines, whatever has been kept, has not expired, has not expired. So that is what is important. Then a factory employing more than 500 people or more than 500 workers, they should have a properly equipped ambulance room. एक एम्बुलेंस कंपनी के अंदर होना जरूरी है. कैंटीन्स, देन रेस्ट रूम्स, लंच रूम्स, welfare welfare facilities, welfare activities, so all has to be provided. Then weekly hours, so an adult worker shall be required to work not more than 48 hours a week, not more than. So if you talk about 8 hours, if you talk about 9 hours, accordingly. So there is some flexibility given to the factories. Like 48 hours you can have 6 days working, 8 hours a day, or you can have 5 days a week, so that 2 days the workers can rest. So that 48 divided by 5. So in that case it will not be 8 hours, so it will be more than 8 hours. So many companies, they have this policy that they have 9 hours of working, 9 hours of working hours, and they give 2 days off, weekly off. And it has to be proven very effective. This has proven very effective. Then you have weekly holidays. Then daily hours shall be required to work for more than 9 hours on any days. More than 9 hours. Now these are the working hours. Okay, and let me tell you that 8 hours of working, that doesn't include your lunch time. 8 hours of working. So 8 hours a shift, that means it can be eight and a half. It also doesn't includes your tea breaks, two tea breaks. That is 10 minutes ka and 5 minutes ka. So usually 8 hours working, the shift timing will be 8 hours and 45 minutes. 8 hours and 45 minutes. Then intervals for the rest. So here again there is a norm, that no adult worker shall be required to work for more than 5 hours continuously. 5 घंटे के ऊपर continuously he cannot. So he has to have a rest of half an hour after working for continuous 5 hours. Then extra wages for overtime. If it is going to be more than 48 hours, then he'll get, actually as per the norms, it is twice his ordinary. Like suppose if he is going to get 1,000 rupees for 8 hours, then for another 8 hours he should get 2,000 rupees. So if he is working for 16 hours, then he will get 800 plus 800,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,000. That means 3,000 rupees he will get if he is working for two shifts. Most of the small scale companies and medium scale companies here, which is not actually legal, they give single overtime. But still the peoples are happy, working for 16 hours and 12 hours. See, as it is, if he is sitting at home, then he will not get anything, isn't it? So if he is working for another 8 hours, he is going to get another 1,000 rupees instead of 2,000. Unless otherwise, if he has something else to do, then no problem. huh, then no problem. See, it is all he has to decide. But there are laws and rules. Then restriction on double employment. I tell you, the many people, they, no adult worker shall be allowed to work in second factory. But peoples are working. People are working two jobs. So I have even see the peoples, they are only sleeping for 4 hours. You know, 10 hours here, 10 hours here, or 8 hours, 8 hours, sleeping only for 4 hours, and then constantly, they are feeling sleepy. And I know the two deaths has occurred only because of this. He has taken two jobs, every, and hardly taking any rest, and while crossing, the death has occurred. I say, so what is the use of that money? Of course, everybody wants money, but see, let me tell you, there has to be a balance for each and every activity. There has to be a balance for each and every activity. And now, though it is, see, since it is core, if it is network, so everywhere it will be, like suppose if you are taking some another job, so the government will come to know, multiple jobs, because everybody will ask for the Aadhaar card, and then from that everybody will come to know how many jobs you are taking. No workman shall be employed except between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. But now this is for the woman, but for the woman there is a rule that 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. only they are supposed to work, not beyond say 7 p.m. But yes, slowly, now the night shifts are also going on, and there are, women employees. It has been considered by the act. And let me tell you, the investigations for the women can be done only by the women. No, gents cannot investigate. Gents cannot touch the ladies. They cannot touch the women. They have no rights. They cannot handcuff the woman. They cannot. No gents. Even investigations also they have to carry lady police. They have to carry. So that's why, movie में तो कुछ भी दिखाता है, but that's why you might have seen that if any lady is to be interrogated or to be arrested, then they have to carry a lady constable. A lady constable only can touch another lady. Gents cannot touch, gents cannot interrogate also. Yes, he can interrogate in front of a lady lady police. Then no child under 14 years of age shall be allowed to work in any factory. Not only allowed, but he cannot visit also. Then who has completed his 14 years shall not be allowed to work in a factory unless he carries while at work a token giving reference to the certificate of fitness. So yes, above 14 it is possible, but provided he has certificate of the fitness. Okay. Then working hours for the children. No child that is 14 and above for more than 4.5 hours on any day. So there is a rule for them. But अपना कैसा उल्टा रहता है. The child labor. uh, Even in China also. Hmm. So no childs are permitted to work in night also 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Night means 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Then register of the child workers. They have to maintain, every factory manager, they have to maintain a register. What about the annual leaves? Now there is a rule that if any worker has completed 240 days of working continuously, continuously, then he is entitled for leaves. And that's why, there is a policy that those were temporary people, temporary workers, the management, uh, they see that they do not complete 240 days continuously. So what they do, what trick they play, moment they understand that now he is going to complete 240 days in the next week, then what they play, they give him a break, 1 day break. So even if it is a 1 day break on 239th day, he cannot claim leaves thereafter. That is, see, he also wants a job, management also wants a people. मैनेजर बोलता है कि वी कैनॉट गिव यू 240 days of working days continuously because you are a temporary, huh? Kind of a exploitation. So they will, keep him a temporary worker for 5 years, and then they will make him permanent. So in order to, see, this is what how the people they take the benefit, they take the benefit of the laws. So 240 days bola hai. So what they do on 239th day, they will give him a 1 day break. Okay. And then he will ask to resume after taking a break of 1 day. And then from that day, his day one again starts. So this is how it works. So these are the laws that 1 day for every 15 days of work, that is casual leaves, 8 days casual leaves, then 10 days sick leaves, then privilege leaves. Everything has to be given if he completes 240 days of continuous working. Hmm. Then there are special provisions for the dangerous operations. There are, some kind of refreshments, or like those who are working in, you know, a hazardous place, or the where the physical work is more. So उनका खाना भी वो हिसाब से देना चाहिए. Like if there is a lot of if it demands a lot of physical activities, physical work, then it is as per law, as per act, the management, it is compulsory to give them fruits, it is compulsory to give them milk, nutritious food, it is compulsory, as per the act, we say. Any accident, whatever may be small or big, then that has to be notified to the government, to the ESIC. Then any diseases, if worker is suffering from any disease, that has to be brought to the, that has to be reported, that has to be brought to the notice of people. So these, all these rules are here. It's not that these rules has come in this pandemic. All these rules exist. All these rules exist, only we are not following it effectively, and now we are following it very effectively during the pandemic. So the inspector, factory inspector, he has rights, to take the samples, of any food, kuch bhi, he can take. Then there are penalties, for the offenses. 1 lakh penalty, imprisonment, up to 2 years. And uh, if it is not brought back, to the originals, or if it is not in accordance with the laws, then every day the factory, they have to pay the penalty, and it can be 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, and these penalties are very high. Penalties are very high. Even say now this that's why these inspectors, factory inspectors, uh, they are so they get or they enjoy the respect, because he has authority, uh, for imprisonment up to 6 months, or fine 10,000, 50,000. He has. So many times it is seen that under the table, the settlement is done, and that's why they earn like anything. Hmm. All the records, all the documents has to be maintained properly. Hmm. If any worker, controversies any provisions of the act, then he also can be punished. He also can be punished. Also can be fined 1,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees. So there are obligations on the part of the workers also. You know, so whatever devices, whatever the equipments has been given, he has to use that. He has to use that. Like helmet is given. Many people, they are reluctant, to use helmet, to wear helmet, to wear goggles, because they feel uncomfortable. But then that is a fault on worker. That is a fault on worker. Management has provided, so he can be punished if he is not wearing the safety gadgets, safety devices. He can be imprisoned. He can be fined. Then what about the payment of the Wages Act? So payment of the Wages Act, to regulate the payment of wages to persons who are employed in the industry and drawing less than rupees 1,000 per month. This was rupees 1,000 per month. It was quite old. That is 1982 का बात कर रहे हैं. In 1982, or that time 1,000 rupees was very very big amount, big amount. उधर तभी 1982 में ग्रेजुएट इंजीनियर्स यूज टू गेट अराउंड दिस थिंग 500 rupees stipend under apprenticeship act, which has been revised to now 8,000 rupees by apprenticeship board of apprenticeship. Like if you are working, if you are a trainee or if you are apprentice, and if you are covered under apprenticeship act, then you get a stipend of 8,000 rupees, not from the company but from the um, from the this from the government. Even for this interns or for the trainees also, if they can be covered under apprenticeship act, provided the institution has to follow, has to comply the norms that is established. The institute should be registered, and blah blah blah. There are many, that criteria has to be satisfied. So the Wages Act now, it is 500 to 800 rupees per day. That should be the minimum Wages Act. Then only those deductions from the wages, employer cannot deduct anyhow. You know Only those deductions which are authorized by the Payment of Wages Act. Only those are allowed. Only those are allowed. Not anyhow they can deduct fines, absence from duty, if he has caused any damage, or if he has lost, like suppose if he has lost the vernier, then obviously he has to pay for that, or the management can you know cut accommodation, so the rent, so the management can cut the rent from his salary. Any amenities or services which has been provided by the employer, like chauffeur hai, or some housemaids, officers has been given, so that can be deducted from their salary. Because if they are not fines, if they are not fined, then they will not understand the uh, importance, they will not understand the importance. Okay, ठीक है, it's time now. We'll continue next time with the powers of the inspectors and enforcement of this act, and some more acts are there which are also important, that will continue next time. Thank you very much.
हेलो।
Smith, you please write it down in a chat box if you want to say anything, because I think you can hear, but I am not able to hear you. Yes, I will send a question bank. Sure. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah. So it is on Monday, huh? And 12 o'clock. Huh? Okay. We have one more class also before that. Okay. Thank you.